was very unique about our children's series, you know, if an orchestra presents concerts for children, the orchestra, it's an orchestral concert. And if the ballet wants to put on a children's concert, they'll put on something that is specifically for children. But what we did was have something that ran the gamut. We had bluegrass, we had opera, we had the Miami City Ballet, we had ballet flamenco, Spanish dance, we had various groups like trout fishing in America, which I don't know now. I'm totally out of touch, but I don't know now if they are still performing. I'm sure they have their records out, but trout fishing in America was highly, highly successful. Gemini, which were two twin brothers from Michigan, the Slomensky brothers, San and Laz, and they would just do an act, playing with spoons. I mean, they were just playing with spoons and various different songs that the children absolutely would love. Like I Have a Neighbor Up My Nose, and talking about a shirt, putting on a shirt, and anything that would relate to a young child's life. That's what made our series so different, because we presented different kind of ideas to children. And now I don't believe there's too much of music in the schools, and it's a tremendous pity that nobody has picked it up to the extent that Sunday Afternoons of Music was. And then of course the ABC party, Apple Juice, Balloons and Cookies, was highly successful. And towards the end, I have to say that we made it rather like a musical festival, because after the concerts were only 1 hour long, because I didn't believe that children had too long a attention span. And then they all knew that there was going to be refreshments and treats afterwards. We had face painting towards the very end. An ice cream vendor would come, and then we had lemonade and popcorn. I think we had some, the face painting was always very, very successful. I'm sorry, what else? Oh, yes. And then we had Peter the Mime. My husband off camera is trying to signal me, and you know what? I finally got the signal. Thank you. Peter the Mime was highly successful because I wanted him to come and keep everybody happy until the concert started. And then he would roam Gusman Hall to shh if people were making too much noise. And it wasn't the children, I might add. It wasn't the little people, it was the big people that were making a lot of the comments and things. So, and they were disruptive, but we quieted everybody down. And of course the final concert was with the Miami City Ballet. And those concerts were always highly, highly successful, because the ballerinas would tell us that they would never have the opportunity to have a close contact with the audience members like they did when they danced for us. And they always would look forward to the time when we would book a concert with them to dance for our children's series. And I would always insist on costumes, because without costumes it didn't work. And in fact also with opera, they would do some very popular operas that the children would understand, because they would give a resume or a synopsis of the story. And I would always say, we can't do it unless you have costumes and maybe a few props. And we did that. And in the very beginning, when the Miami City Ballet would come to dance, they would say, we have to have a Marley floor. Well, I certainly didn't know what a Marley floor was. So during my concerts was a very wonderful education for both my husband and myself.